Evening everyone, welcome to round 1 here, season 10, tier 3, racing at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Comms tonight, it's myself, Graham Hull, joined by Dan.
Here we go again.
Yeah, we fucking go again.
Nothing's changed anyway.
New season, same shit.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. Nice track. Tends to be safety car central, though, to be fair. Nothing really incident-wise, but it's a place where
it's an easy one for people to lose it. Like,
yeah, it is. Got a couple of debuts tonight. Vinamic 23 and Chill to Dave, who's hopefully the opposite of Full Send Dave. Tried them earlier, two solid lads. So yeah, looking forward to this. I was thinking about it earlier. It's difficult to pick a championship winner out of this. There's a group of kind of 4, 5, 6 drivers that are quick, but with respect, there's mistakes there.
Yeah.
You know, there's another 5 or 6 behind that who mightn't have the pace, but definitely have the consistency. So yeah, interesting season. Interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. The first couple of rounds, I think, are going to be, lads getting used to the new drivers they're racing against. Trying to get to grips with the new tier, because the pace, like you've said a number of seasons, the pace across the tiers, it's very similar, very close, but everyone drives differently. And I think that's the main thing that lads will be trying to get used to. Especially people like, E-Hale, who's come down from tier 2.
Yeah. Look, I suppose when you look back to last season, championship pick for the last day, there's not really a whole pile of mistakes going on with them lads. And again, I feel this has the potential to be a very, very good season. Jackie is just screaming at me there off the 20 drivers I'm looking at.
See,
in terms of raw pace, but again,
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Jackie is a name that we've had up there for I don't know how many seasons, and he's never performed. So for me, he's no disrespect to Jackie. I know he's fast. He's not someone I'm considering in the title challenge. I know he's too prone to a mistake. Yeah, unless he's had another Dan talk, which I don't see because you're not teammates. But
yeah, I suppose the thing is, Bark had the pace for a long time, but just kept getting into trouble. And last season he just had a season where it all clicked. Toward the last 3-4 races, it started to go wrong again, but he just about got it over the line. I think it's one of them for Jackie. If he can just keep his nose clean and stay out of trouble. But you look at it, Airways, Full Send Dave, Marshall is very quick.
yeah,
there's a lot of good drivers here, and again, it's
there were a couple of names I were looking at. Marshall, Lutman. I've got to say, I think Wuban might be up there, and E-Hale's one for me. I think E-Hale is quick. If he can sort the shit out, E-Hale's quick.
Just remember, I have to look at that. Yeah, it's you know what, it's season 10. We've been going nearly 3 years. I think it's 3 years next week, the week after. We got 3 tiers again, full grids, 60 drivers, plenty of reserves. There was a lot of people struggling, a lot of leagues are struggling at the moment, so I think it's just testament to everything, the way the leagues ran, the admin, stewarding team, but most importantly the drivers themselves. To have that 60 drivers again on the last season before a new game is just it's phenomenal.
Oh, what a lap from Dave.
Yeah, that's a lap and a half, that is.
Wow. Yeah, as you're saying, they're a testament to the drivers, but I think I've also got to say a big testament to all the hard work that yourself, Chloe, the rest of the admins put in, the stewards as well. You've got to be doing something right if guys are sticking around. So, testament to everyone who's involved in that.
Yeah, 100%. And, it's the same every season. We've got that kind of 50 to kind of 53, 54, 55 drivers that just keep coming back. And we've got 4, 5, 6 kind of that seem to flow through for whatever reason. Personally for me, the only reason people leave this league is because they find the rules are too strict around racing, but
Yeah.
that's what makes it fun, If you want to race like a dick, plenty of other leagues out there that will accept it. We don't. Simple as that. And when you're caught up in stuff, it's the penalties are severe. It's as simple as that. I see an play flying there from sector one. Not sure who that was.
Not just that. It's like the rule book is pointed to you as soon as you come in. If you read the rule book and you're unhappy, I suggest you leave at that point.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you can follow it and abide by it, then I'm sorry, you shouldn't be here. If you're then unhappy when you get a penalty that is put in the rule book, then well, tough shit.
Yeah, that sums it up really.
You can see the rule book, and it's got every adaptation we've made to it since we started it. So you can see it's a work in progress. We are working and we are progressing and trying to improve things everywhere we can. But you always get lads who are unhappy when they get a penalty. They throw the toys out at pram, spit a dummy out, whatever. But end of the day, it's there in black and white. If you don't like it, then fuck off.
Starting season's turned away, we end the season now. No bullshit.
No, that's it. Look, we've been going long enough now, and as you say, we've got a very solid base. We've got a lot of guys who race here week in, week out, and have done for years now. So that's it. Everyone knows how we work. Everyone knows how we work, and they still stick around. So we're doing it right.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, guys, 99.9% of incidents here are a mistake or a misjudgment or an error or a lapse concentration.
Absolutely.
Something like that. There is the 0.1% of stupidity, and when that happens, it is what it is. The rule book is thrown at you. It's as simple as that. Some guys spend 8, 9, 10 hours a week trying to practice for a race and improve themselves to be caught up in something during a race. So that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, I think my real thing is Steve ever going to learn he doesn't have the pace for the mediums?
No.
Quality. Ooh, that's Airways.
Airways out after he'd set the lap as well. He's just set a lap on the mediums. So that was his in lap.
He's in the wall at the right hand side of turn 4.
The chill Dave puts it P10.
In lap. You know what, Clay? You race here as well Friday night. It's a tricky.
I wouldn't say a race, mate. I drove around.
Well, you drove, yeah. You were seeing the sights. It's a tricky qualifying session to navigate, especially Q3 or Q1. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's one of them. I always find myself personally, I prefer empty track. So I tend to go out after everyone else has done their first run. I just find I deal better with an empty track, not having to try and look for traffic or whatever. But it's just what I've always done. It's if I make a mistake on that one lap, I'm pretty much screwed. But it's just I perform better under no stress of trying to look at the map and see where other drivers are. Just focus on myself.
This was in Davo, or?
No, I think he's confident. No, I'm
not listening to this prick the rest of the year.
Oh, kick him from that comms chat. He's not welcome. There's Hounds just at low fuel mode now. He did manage to get P11 on them mediums. We've got Marshall on a lap on the mediums at the moment.
I tell you what, it's I don't I really don't, and I might be shocked for this, but I don't think this is a hard track, and I don't think it's a technical track. I think it's quite an easy track to drive. It's can be difficult in terms of concentration. You need to be on your A game for every corner, but it's not a difficult track.
I have to agree. I think there's one part that can catch you out if you're not concentrating, and I think that's it. That's exactly what you're saying. It's not a difficult track to drive, but concentration is definitely needed.
Yeah, and you know what? If you try to outdrive the car's capabilities, it just makes everything a hell of a lot worse. It's smooth and steady. Is the way around here. You're going to have a lot of DNFs. By the nature of the track, you're going to have a lot of safety cars. You just got to box clever. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely. Marshall getting up to P6 there on the mediums, a 129.2. Just on with Venomic now, who is the next across the line on a hot lap. He's got Chip behind him and Venom behind him, so the three lads who've not set a time yet, or three of the lads who've not set a time yet. Ooh, Venomic bounces off the wall. How did you find it then Friday night, Dan?
I enjoyed it. Very frustrating after the race. That's evident in my podium that wasn't the podium speech. Bit of DRS chicken going on. I just prefer to drive. If I have to think, it makes things complicated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good race. I like this track. I really enjoy this track. I think it's a satisfying track to drive. A lot of safety cars, a bit frustrating and kind of wrecks the flow, but as I said, it's the nature of the game. What is the track? Did you get 4 cars wide? And it's very, very high speed, so mistakes happen, safety cars are guaranteed. But yeah, all around I think it's an enjoyable track, and you know what? There is places to overtake on. There's other tracks that aren't street tracks that I'd argue are more difficult to overtake on. The last corner and turn 1 out. Very good place to overtake on.
I tell you what, I've got to say a pint size P12 there on his first lap.
I was looking at, I tell you what, and again with respect, that was a scruffy lap. I'm telling you now, there was a half a second in that lap, so hopefully he gets through. Obviously he's my teammate this season, and it's, I'm not showing favouritism to my teammate, but because we've spoken about point size all last season as well. I hope he does well this season.
No, that's it. I spoke to him a lot towards the end of last season when I made the switch to wheel. Obviously, I've ended up like a lot further back in the grid, and I've been battling pint size when he's reserved in tier 2. Always clean battles, always good battles. He's a great driver. He just lacks the pace, and I think that's he's trying to get used to. Obviously, he's got a new wheel, new pedals. He's taking assists off. He's trying to get used to that as well. But I said to you before the season started, and I've told Pint Size, I've said it as well. But he's my tip for most improved this year.
Yeah, look, I was speaking to him in the hash group. Got him to send me some of his footage, and look back at a couple of races, and there's so many times he's just yielding. When the guy, and like you're not as slow as you think you are. You have a full time seat here. You're fully entitled to race. Get your elbows out. You're not only here to make up the numbers. You're here to race. Simple as that.
Absolutely. I've got to agree with what T-Bag said there, saying interesting looking grid without seeing familiar names up there. Tier 3's been like a staple in the league, and the same guys have been in tier 3 for so long, like your Batman do. Kane Lowry obviously left a couple of seasons ago, or moved up a couple of seasons ago. But yeah, seeing some new names in there, it's nice to see tier 3 refreshed a bit.
You know what? You can say that across the tier or across the league, that 7 drivers moved from tier 2 to tier 1 as well.
Yeah.
And I always say this to people, and I remember the first couple of races I went into Tier 1, I'm like, alright, this is different. I've raced in Tier 3, a few times. I raced 2 or 3 seasons in Tier 2. And you know what? The pace isn't all that huge. Well, it is, but it's not the million mile gap that you think it is. But as you move up the tiers, you just don't get away with mistakes. Especially in Tier 1, you make a mistake in Tier 1 and you're penalised very harshly for it. But yeah, it's a mixed bag of well, not a mixed bag, but a good mix of drivers again. A lot of changes throughout the tiers, but yeah, it's great. A couple of guys maybe thinking, oh, you shouldn't be in this tier, but why not? Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a difficult one because, like, if you look back, we've been doing comms now in Tier 3 for 10 seasons. You look back, the top 3, 4, 5 in Tier 3 are, matching the top 5 or 6 in Tier 1 for quali times. And I'm sick of saying this. It's the race pace, the race craft, the staying out of incidents. That's the biggest difference for me between, Tier 3 and Tier 1 and Tier 2 in the middle. That's kind of where it is, like.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, maybe not now I'm on wheel, but going back to when I was on pad, I'm finishing mid-table, maybe 5th to 10th in Tier 2. I'm confident I'd finish higher in a race in Tier 3, but I think I'd qualify lower.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second there, Clay. I'm being told my mic is low.
I did drop game audio slightly. So I don't know if that might have made it better or not. Yeah, Dave said better. I did drop the audio of the game slightly, so you didn't have to do anything.
Couldn't hear anything at all there. Give me 1 second, oh boy. All good. Shut up, Dave. You.
Yeah, I dropped game audio slightly so that you wouldn't have to piss about doing anything.
So yeah, business end of
Harvey goes P5 for 28.8. It's on with pint size at the moment.
Yeah, he needs a lap. Matey boy needs a lap as well. And he's 14 seconds over. So that is Matey boy out, I would think.
Pint size is almost a second under. Purple sector 1. Sector 2, sorry.
Yeah, I was saying that there was definitely time there. Venomic as well, he's up 4/10. Ooh, nearly invalidates there in sector 1, but he gets away with it. Needs a stellar finish to the lap. But yeah, I said it looking at it. I watched Pint Size lap, and it was scruffy. There was bags of time there, and this should catapult him up. He could be looking top 6 or 7 here with this. Let's see what he does when he crosses the line. Wow, was that
7th? Wow, that Dan Talks worked already.
I tell you, look, I'm going to take all the credit again, as I
always do. No. I've been working on this one for a long time.
Hold on a second. Look what I did to Kieran last season.
Matey boy's improving. A second under at sector 2.
I've been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Matey boy improved by 9/10, but is not improved on the grid. He's out. 4 thousandths behind Nerf.
Venomics after invalidating no as well. Chili is out and Matey, wow, 4 thousandths of a second between him and Nerf. I'm glad I got Pint Size and not Nerf this season. Do you know what? I did say it's not a technical track, but it's you can lose a lot of time and gain a lot of time, and even at this early part of qualifying, it was the same in both tiers Friday night. Looking back at both streams, quali was really tight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of them. It's for me anyway. It's a track you either fully commit to, and that is on the limit. One little mistake and you're gone. Or it's a track you sort of take comfortably.
Yeah, it's funny for me. It's in quali fuel, I think you can be really, really aggressive. You can really go at the track. There's plenty of grip there. you can go at it in race fuel. It's a different beast. Back there 1 second, bud.
Yeah, so full send Dave, 1 lap, and that's it. You know, he's set the pace so far. He's fairly confident. He retired quite early in the session, to be honest. Marshall P9 29.2, 7 tenths off on the medium tyres, so we'll see an improvement there in Q2. But we're losing Matey Boy, Chill Dave, Airways, Venom, and Venomic. Airways setting his lap on the mediums and then DNFing on his in lap. So unfortunate there for Airways. Here we go now, start at the Q2 session. Got Haas straight out of the pits. I'm going to guess that's pint sized. He's normally early out. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's the other Haas of Lutman. As pint size says, that's his first time into Q2. Wow. Comfortably into Q2 as well, I'd say. P7, mate. You know, you're on for a good one. Keep it up. I mean, through our chats, I told you it'll just click. Keep practicing it, it'll just click. Oh.
Yeah, just first qualifying session of the new season, looking around. I think I got the pots fairly good. Again.
No, never really been complaints about the pots, mate. You know, obviously there's the odd one where assisted changed, etc. But yeah.
Do you know what? The biggest one.
Speaking of that, do you know what? I might go back to racing on pad now, just for foot with it a bit more.
You still be plat 4.
That's me putting my place.
Oh,
you
God.
shit bag.
You walked yourself into that.
Yeah, I'm leaving it lead now. I can't be arsed with this anymore. Wow.
You were asking for that, like.
That's too much. That's too much. I think this is the first time I've ever been put for.
You were there last season as well.
We're on.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Who were you with? Who was your teammate?
Kev.
Yeah, Kev was part 1.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure he was anyway. Yeah, Kev was part 1, definitely.
Well, you must have got ports wrong, mate, because I was battling for top 5 in championship until I changed the wheel.
Do you know what? He could have been part 2 as well. There's always that one.
Yeah,
in part 2 that should be part 1.
Yeah, it's so hard to draw. Where do you draw the line? Do you start counting thousandths of a second to draw the line between pot 1 and 2? You know what I mean? It's too hard to do. You can't do it. You can't get it perfect, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, look, by and large, when guys that don't have attendance issues, you know, where they finish in the standings kind of tells you where it's at, over the course of the season. Um, but yeah, it's head wrecking stuff. I love it though, really. There's nothing better than sitting down at 10 o'clock in the morning with a cup of coffee and a vape and a couple of A4 sheets and a biro, and it's like, yeah, there we go.
And then Kim Jong Dan pops out. Just on with full send Dave now. Obviously, pace setter in Q1. Let's see what he can do in Q2. Woo band fastest time at the moment, 29 flat. Dave was, I think, one of your tips, wasn't he, to be up there this season?
Yeah, I think he was pretty close to that top group anyway.
Last season, he was up there.
I just think that the pace of Wookie, Bark, and Scotty was just slightly different league stuff. Teabag's not racing tonight, but he's one of the quicker drivers here. Jackie's coming back into the game as well after a 6 or 7 week period off, so it's going to take him a couple of weeks to get back at it as well. But yeah, Dave is going to be thereabouts.
Good luck from Dave Douglas there as well, actually. 28.8, putting himself P2.
Yeah, definitely. I think Paul is going to be at 27.
Harvey straight into the pits. E-Hale is on a lap at the moment. I've got to say I'm not happy about being in the Red Bull this season.
It's the car I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the Ferrari, the last 2 seasons? Maybe 3. Might be 3 seasons in the Ferrari, to be honest. I think there were an Alpine season somewhere around there as well, but yeah, I just don't like Red Bull.
Yeah, I got my second choice. I wanted a Red Bull. Just think it's the nicest sounding car in the game. After that, a Ferrari power unit, then a Mercedes power unit, and Alpine then was rock bottom. It's just awful. I've had it. I think season 7 was it? Awful. It's just awful.
Yeah, it definitely sounds different. That's the thing. E-Hale 28 flat. Fast lap from E-Hale.
If E-Hale can stick around without disconnecting, he's a quick driver as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Toxin a barrier on an outlap. That's an in plate gone. Oh, that's on the way back in. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened, but plenty of time left in the session anyway.
Yeah, just touching on what you were saying then, E-Hale, obviously I've raced him in Tier 2 last season, and as you say, he's had a lot of internet issues which have caused him to disconnect and everything. That's cost him a lot, but he was a fast driver in quali, but never quite put it together in the race, so just hope he can turn that around this season, seeing as he is my teammate this year. I think he was your teammate last season, wasn't
he? Yeah, I think E-Hale is going to do what Dave did to me and you.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, as in, like, had a bad season the season beforehand, and next thing he's with someone, and I think E-Hale is going to be the same. Didn't have the best season in the world. A lot of disconnection issues, attendance issues as well, which didn't help himself for the team. But I think this season you're going to see a different E-Hale, and if his connection holds out, he'll be fine. It's funny because he doesn't lag; it just drops, which I think is more of a PlayStation issue. To be honest, I had the same myself. I didn't have an internet issue, but kept disconnecting, and the PlayStation was on the way out, started overheating, and it would disconnect you from everything. So I bought a PS5 to play the same version of the game that everyone on the PS4 gets. What a time to be alive.
Welcome to the modern world.
It's madness. They're forecasting the PlayStation 6 for 2026. And,
No, no chance.
you're only 2 years away. We still don't have a new gen game for this. It's
Yeah,
madness, really.
no chance. Not happening. What happened?
I will say though, the graphics, the change in graphics with the PlayStation 5 is insane.
Yeah.
My son got a PS5 last week for his birthday, but his television doesn't run 120 hertz, and the difference in quality between mine and his is off the walls. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you definitely get the graphic advantage, no question. But
You do. I've got to say, the biggest thing for me was the loading times, the menus, how fast the menus load, and to change game, it's insane how fast it is compared to the
yeah,
PS4.
it is quick. It is very quick.
One of them days where we were in them, when we used to do the PGA or the FIFA or whatever after a race, chopping and changing between game, it'd load so quickly now.
Yeah, just looking around there, Luckman, Geezer kind of struggling compared to their Q1 times. Curly as well, Jackie as well. So there's definitely a lot of time to be made up here in the second runs.
Yeah, just only Harvey at the moment who's setting his first flying lap. Just coming up to the final corner now. Long run down to the line, DRS open, sticks to the left. And the 28.8 puts himself P4. And Toxer now just starting a lap. Oh, sorry, starting a lap. He's just in sector 2 now.
Yeah, I had that issue on his outlap, clipping the wall towards the end of his outlap, so puts him at a disadvantage. This is going to be the only crack he gets at it, so he's going to have to hook this one up. Not possible to call the cut-off point, but I'd say E-Hail is safe. Not sure about the rest, if I'm honest. I'm looking down at Geezer, who's the lowest time on the board. He set a 29.1 last time out. So you'd imagine if he can hook it up with Track Evolution, he could possibly get to that 28.7.
Pits.
Yeah, mustn't have been happy with that. Back in for a fresh set of tyres, possibly. I'd be surprised if I didn't see P2 down going again.
Chips just started a flying lap. We'll jump on board with him for that. Jackie's managed to get up to P3 as well, 28.7. So fair play to Jackie. I apologise for doubting you. You don't need to prove a point, mate.
Yeah, after that he's guaranteed to win it.
But he's not a teammate of mine. So. Oh, I don't know what it is. I love watching them fly through that sector 1-2.
Yeah, 100%.
Fast corners. They're throwing everything at it, close to the curbs, close to the walls. Chip almost sideways there, but it flashed up as a purple sector 2. DRS open now, across the line, 28.9, P7 for Chip. Who else have we got on a lap now? Fulson Dave's out there. Who's next across the line? Not pint size. It is Lutman. We'll jump on board with Lutman. Just starting his hot lap now. What's tidy so far through turns 1 and 2? How did you find that curb in that sector he's just gone through towards the end of sector 1? That outside curb.
Rough.
It's awful.
Rough, yeah. Very rough. Difficult. Very difficult.
It's one of them, it's because a lot of the curbs in the track are flat. I find myself taking a lot of curb, and then I get to that corner and go, oh, shit, I can't take a lot of curb. But Lutman 7 tenths under at sector 1, 1.2 under at sector 3. Sector 2, sorry. He's improving massively here. See what he manages across the line. $27.9. What a lap from Luckman. Pint size is almost 4 tenths under at sector 2.
Yeah, I did call it at the start of this. I did feel a pole would be a 27, a high 27, but looking at that, it could be a mid to low 27. Yeah, cracking lack from Luckman. Cracking lack from Luckman. Do Blake.
Jesus. Right, Curly not improving. Checkered flags out. He's done. And Toxa run up to the line now. What can he manage? P10, 29.1. He's knocked Hound out.
Who brings a set of softs
And
into the
Hound,
race that he didn't even have a chance of using despite running the mediums in Q1.
yeah, Hound's not improving, so Hound's out. Nerf's into the pits. Curly's done. So that is it. Antoxa's just saved himself, knocked out Hound, Nerf Pack, Pint Size, Curly, and also Marshall just managed to get P3 there as well, a 28.3.
Yeah, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, cracking that from Luckman now, but the top couple there are pretty close. As I said, that it's one of them where, you know, I think one of my best laps was my final run in Q1. You gotta hook it up. You gotta throw caution to the wind. It's a track that allows you to do that, but you could be punished for the slightest of mistakes. But it's just an awesome track. When you nail a lap here in quali, it's just it's just like you know as the lap is progressing that you're on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel it. Corner after corner. It's one of them where you sort of clench a little bit as you get closer to the wall and go, yeah, that was good.
But you know what? It's one of these. I think it's like turn 4, that left-hander in sector 1.
Yeah.
Could be turn... I don't know which... Yeah, is it like... So, it's like 8 or 9. That curve, the right-hand curve.
Yeah.
And it's the same with that left-hander at the end of sector 2. There's... If you don't get the braking point right, or you overshoot, or you brake late, and you find yourself heading for the curb, I think the more you try to pull the car back in to not go outside the track limits is where you're heading towards danger. For me, just take the track limit warning.
Yeah.
If you try to snap it back, it can cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just knowing that point where you've got to bail out.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, confirmation losing Hound, Nerf Pack, Pint Size, Curly, and Osso from Q2.
Do you know what? I think I need to get a few more not English people. like it's funny because like we're not a UK league or an Irish league or a a Dutch league. We're a league for anyone, but
Yeah.
it's funny. It's probably a time zone thing as well. You know, if you look at Europe or even the Americas, Australia, I think it can be a bit difficult for people racing a bit later, a bit earlier, but. And that is Jackie straight out. He ain't hanging about. I did this myself Friday night for every, I wasn't, oh, sorry, that was EL. Yeah, sorry, apologies. The minute the session started, I just got straight out. Get my first lap in, quit the messing around. It's a difficult track. Just get the lap in, get the banker at the very least.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I only fitted my new wheel like 20 minutes before the session started, so I was a bit behind on Friday night. No laps of practice with it, no nothing. And if I remember rightly, I didn't get straight out. I got caught out a little bit. Bit of a disaster for me, to be honest. But would you expect anything different?
No.
Oh, we've been teammates a number of times now. We've won multiple constructors together, but I'm still the disappointment.
Somebody has to be the disappointment. That's all I'd say to that.
Yeah, I know, but Steve's here. Come on.
Yeah, I know. There's
So
only a certain amount of abuse you can give Steve, though. He's really good at taking it.
I bet he is. I'm going for a drink. I'm back in a minute.
Good idea. Who is Clay on board with? He's on with Harvey, so I'll try and stick with Harvey wherever he is. And he's just started his lap coming through turn 2. Over to the right hand side, up to 7th, all the way down to 4th. Left hander, horrible curb on the right. Want to pin it to the right hand side, difficult left. Right hand, you want to catch some of the curb on the inside, which he does. Throws the car in slightly wide of the apex. Oh, and that's good. Wow, how's that not an invalidation? Up to 8, all the way down to 4. Get the car turned in, easy on the power, and apply it on the exit, which he does. Hugging the barrier to try and maximise the time. Up to 7th, down to 5th. Little short right hander. Pushes the car all out to the right hand side again. Do a very, very fast sweep in sector 2, right, left. As the corners come at you quite quickly. Difficult left hander. Should be down to 6th here. Hugs the barrier, which he does. Back on the power. Catches over the curb. Nicely done. Hug the barrier on the left hand side all the way around. He doesn't. That's costing him a lot of time, probably a couple of tenths by the time he reaches the last corner. 8 all the way down to 3rd. Hug the inside, which he does. Nails it on the power, close to the barrier on the exit. Powers towards the finish line. Let's see what Harvey can do. That looks like a nice lap. That's a 28.5 from Harvey, and I missed that, but Full Send Dave has crashed out in Q3.
That's a shame for Dave, that, because he was looking pacey.
Yeah, look, all I want to say about that is I was joking when I said stick it in the barrier, but I did an on-board with Harvey there, and that was a cracking laugh. Really hooked it up. 28.5 at a decent banker, and it's oh Jesus, 27.8 for me here.
Wow, what a lap! Come on, Forza Red Bull.
As Dave says, the nerves got to me. I don't know what's wrong. I was the exact same. My Q1 was strong, and I just got worse and worse after that. It's just, it is what it is. Unfortunate. Looking back into the pits, he's had an issue. He invalidated. Same with Wuban. That's not ideal at all. Would you get 3 runs in? I don't think so.
I think it's too tight for that.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
Got a chip on an outlap at the moment. I'm just on board with him. But that for me, Hale, is
Yeah,
fast.
I suppose. Look, the thing is with the banker lap, and especially if you have the tires, you can get your banker and you can come back in, you can go straight back out, and as you come around the last corner, you can decide. You could be 5 or 6 tenths up and think, yeah, I'm gonna settle for this. I'm happy with this. Whereas no, not having that banker and not being able to do that, you just have one throw at the dice, and it's always a tough one for me because you're not going to maximise the lap, but if you make a mistake, you're going to be starting P9, P10 or whatever it is if you don't get a time on the board. So yeah, for me, I don't give it everything if I'm unfortunate enough to only have that one run in Q3. I prefer to be P5 or P6 rather than P10. It's just a difficult one. Not getting a time on the board is a disaster. Chip is on a lap as well. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, just on board with Chip. On board with Chip. He started his hot lap as everyone else was on in laps. He looks quick. It looks like a quick lap. It's one of them though. I think the tracks like this can be quite deceiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking at some lines. Like the line guys are taking in sector 3 is very wide. The fastest line is as close to the barrier on the left as possible,
Yeah,
more or less to the braking zone into the last corner.
yeah.
That's a tidy exit from the last corner from Chip Hazard.
But a
That's a decent
28.5
lap. Yeah,
P3.
decent lap.
Got Wuban next across the line to start his hot lap.
How did you find it for fuel, Clay? Obviously, a couple of safety cars in that, but
I didn't make it far enough for fuel to be an issue, mate. No, honestly, I didn't really find fuel too much of a problem. Obviously, I did underfuel, expecting safety cars, VSCs. We had a few, so fuel wasn't a problem.
yeah, it's hard to know how it plays out. The last time we raced Jeddah in Tier 1, we didn't even have a VSC. Friday night, we had 5 safety cars in about 15 laps. It's one of them tracks. And then play it on track is going to cause a safety car, let alone a big collision with a barrier.
Yeah.
Dave, just relax, will you?
Yeah, chill out, mate.
Yeah, things getting into your head. Just chill. Chill.
You know you've got pace. You've shown pace, but just don't expect to fly past everyone. Just take the race as it comes, build into it until you feel comfortable. I've got to say, Friday night was a bit disappointing for myself, to be honest. Not in terms of pace, but in terms of actual racing. Like, this is a track that I like. It's a track that I enjoy. I love the flow of it. But I just kept having little snaps here and there, and I was struggling to keep hold of it. And that's eventually how I ended up crashing out.
Yeah, setup is important here.
Wuban managing a 28.1 puts himself P2. We got Marshall on a lap now as well. But yeah, we're through sector 1. Just one of the sweeping corners, just the rear of the car went, and as I corrected it, I've hit a wall ever so slowly, but the wheel just popped off. One of them, nothing I could do about it at all. Marshall is well over his time, so he's taking this as a warm-up lap. Dave Douglas has started a lap.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the warm-up lap, to be honest with you.
No.
Just don't like it.
Hound asking how I found the wheel add-on. Yeah, if I'm honest, mate, it feels better. It feels more comfortable. Suede grips on it and stuff like that, so I feel like I've got a better grip of the wheel, but I can't really say it made much difference in terms of performance. It felt better, but obviously it didn't perform better.
Yeah, it's not going to perform any better. That's just
No,
personal preference.
exactly, exactly.
And they do feel cool. The F1 style wheel is, I think, is it's much nicer. It's much more
It felt easier.
immersive. Yeah, it's nicer. Yeah, definitely is. I think it's just your hand positions for an
Yeah,
F1
yeah.
race. You know, they're just where they should be.
But this is the thing: is I found that with the original wheel, I struggled to press some of the buttons while my hands were on the wheel. Like I'd have to sort of reach across for them. Whereas now it's a lot easier to get the buttons while still holding the grips. Oh, as Dave Douglas crosses the line and then smashes into the wall and loses an end plate. 28.7, so I'm not sure if he just lost all concentration there as he crossed the line or what, but he just bounced off the wall on the pit straight. I have to say the F1 wheels are damn sight easier for me, so I can actually see the bottom of the screen now.
Wow.
Look, man.
I'm gonna say I rode on board with him, but didn't wanna curse give him the commentator's curse. It looked like a tidy lap, and it was provisional P1. Got E-Hail on an outlap, just starting his flyer now, and he'll definitely get the advantage of a track evolution here as well. Wuban's in the pits, he's not going again. Harvey's over on his time as
Is
somebody's
that
car.
Dave Douglas? Dave Douglas is out.
Yeah, his car is just strewn at the end of the track.
It's gone now. Caught his marshals. Brilliant. I'm just on with Ann Toxer at the moment. Who have we got on the lap? Did you say E-Hail? He's purple
improved by a
sector
tenth.
one.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the
he's
end of
spun!
that! Oh, that can happen if you get on the power twirly there. The rear can come around to meet you, and that's exactly what does happen. So
Harvey's
let's
into
hope
the pits. Marshall's into the
resets the
pits.
track. That's not allowed, but
And
yeah,
Toxer's the only one who can do anything here.
yeah, let's see what Antoxic can do. He's a couple of tenths up. It's squirrely out of the last corner, but if he nails this to the line, he might be okay. He could jump up as far as P7 here, and he does.
29
P7 for
flat, yeah.
Toxa.
Yeah, but what a lap from Lutman there. Put the pressure on. Brilliant that time.
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to say I'm surprised, but that's a cracking lap from Wuban.
See, he's one I think who'll be up there this season. I don't know what it is. Just watching him race the last couple of races of last season. I know we didn't really get the results, but he's one I think he'll build into it, and I think he'll be there at the end of this season.
Yeah, he definitely looks like the consistent type, which
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
If you want to be at the business end of any tier, consistency is key. Obviously, outright pace is very advantageous, but consistency beats pace. You know, over a 15 race season for me, anyway.
Absolutely. Look at Carl Trim a few seasons ago. What did he have? 3 wins in the first 5 races, and then every other race he averaged like top 5. Won the championship.
Definitely. Be back there in 1 second, bud.
Yeah, I'll be back before the race start.
have a quick look at tyres. You got Jackie, Osso, and Chill Dave on the hards. Matey, Venom, Full Send Dave, and Dave Douglas on the softs.
Here we go.
Yeah, just have a look at the tyres, Claire. We got a couple of guys on the softs. I think that's a
Mistake.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Early safety car might save them, but
Yeah, we said the same thing Friday night, Clay, and we had 2 or 3 safety cars in the first stint, and my mediums had enough of it by the time we pitted. Yeah, just have to see how it plays out, I suppose. Simple as that.
1 second. I can feel something vibrating on my feet, and that don't feel good. What the fuck? Oh, my PlayStation's been knocked off its stand. Brilliant.
That getting disqualified from your pit box or your grid box, those really set you back quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. For few fucking meters or something, a meter and a bit. 5 lights and away we go. We're looking at it from the back of the grid, so I can't see the start Lutman's got, but seems to be good enough. EL sticking up the inside.
Yeah. EL got the jump. Everybody clean through. A lot of people clean through anyway, which is definitely positive.
Dave, I don't know if he's trying to force it on them tyres or what, but oh, Jackie's out. Jackie is out. That is a VSC.
Yeah. The nature of the track. It's a disaster, but it's the nature of the track. It's as simple as that. What are you going to do? I'd be surprised if it doesn't turn to a full safety car, but to be honest, his car looked intact.
So
it's just a bit ridiculous, to be honest with you. Guys better watch and be careful now they don't get caught for a drive-through.
Yeah, drive-through will screw you at this point.
Second now than 22 seconds down the road.
But yeah, your top 6 staying as they were. Marshall up 1 past Antoxa, Full Send Dave up 1. Hound up 1, Nerf up 1, Curly up 2, Pint Size staying where he was in 13th.
They really need to fix the deltas under the VSC. It's like the VSC takes 40% of the race speed, or you're down to 40% or something like that. On this game, you're either stopped or you're flat. That's not a VSC. No,
absolutely. It's as we are back green, we are back racing. It's absolutely screws you in slow corners, basically. Because, when you get to a straight, it's not, I'm not being funny, it's not giving you 40% on the straight.
No.
It's expecting you to take the straight flat out and then takes everything in a slow corner.
Yeah.
Matey boy past Pint Size down to 14. Matey on the soft tyres though, so hoping to make them work early in the race. Pint Size very wide there as well.
Yeah. Just got to settle down, I think. A lot of
Marshall
drivers look a bit all over the place.
Yeah, Marshall up past Dave Douglas. Just waiting for the Deltas to sort themselves out as well, because they're a bit all over the place. But there's a big gap from Marshall to Chip Hazard now, between 6th and 5th, 2.5 seconds already. And a gap from Chip of 1.8 to Harvey. So it looks like we've got a bit of a 4-way battle at the front. Harvey making it past Wuban. And E-Hale going past Lutman into the final corner. Lutman looking to fight back now.
Yeah, Lutman just gets a better drive.
Marshall's dropping, it's a VSC again.
Oh, out of the last corner. I was going to say Marshall and Harvey were side by side. Not sure why he just picked up a 5-second penalty. It's probably guys slamming on ahead.
Oh, is he started out? I thought it was a speeding in the pit lane. No, he started out. There's no wing damage, or no visible wing damage anyway.
Yeah, I think it's just the case of the car ahead slamming on with collision on track. So if it is that, he can report that after. A lot of guys into the pits, full 10 Dave in as well. A bit early for the hards, but yeah, obviously you don't lose as much time under a VSC. I think it's about 11 seconds as opposed to a full pit stop. But yeah, disaster for Marshall, who's taking a bit of time to get around. He's back in. He's staying on the mediums. Or is that a fresh set?
Fresh set. And Toxa drive through. Someone else did not. Hold on, let me just double check penalties. No, it was just Antox. I thought two things popped up at once then. Dave Douglas is out.
Ah, wow.
Oh, he's popped a fresh set of hards on and he's crashed. And that's another VSC.
I think it's safe to say it's going to be a while before we see Jada again.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a good track.
It is, and you know, bar the Marshall one, the other two have been from guys losing it themselves. It's just the nature of this track.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, it's the nature of any street track. You know, like Singapore, can't say there's many driver-to-driver incidents. A lot of them are just drivers losing it.
Yeah, but you know what, Ali? You can deal with a VSC. A VSC is a VSC. It slows you down for a half a lap or a lap. It's the safety cars or what are...
yeah, back green now. Lutman and E-Hale look like they've got the jump on everyone else. Chip looks a lot closer to that group ahead as well than he was before the VSCs. Oh, we got a yellow flag. That's Curly dropping down the order. Pint size picking. Wuban's out.
Oh, wow. And
that's a full safety car. Chip made it past Wuban and then Wuban just dropped down the order. I've no idea what happened there. Yeah, Wuban's car's already been cleared, so I can't even see it on track.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if anyone comes in lap 4. I doubt it. Yeah, it's you know what, it's hard to commentate on this. It's just...
I've got to say, Lutman had his overtake on there at that point. Is he trying to build a gap to go for a pit stop, or...?
I wouldn't be boxing at this stage. Four lap all mediums is...
He is
in. I'm surprised at that. The Harrods won't go to the end. Well, they will, but they'll be horrendous.
Lutman's in, Harvey's in. Lutman's popping another set of mediums. Oh, new front wing. New front wing. That makes more sense.
Yeah, the mediums are the wrong call though. Yeah. It's one of these tracks with safety cars and that.
Yeah.
You just don't know. But I would think the mediums is the wrong call. They got onto the hards and maybe looked at the mediums again later down the road. But
yeah, absolutely. You know, put the hards on. You know you can get as far into the race as possible. Then if something happens, you can adjust on the fly.
Yeah, they did go to the end, but obviously you have to come in with the wing. It's not a place you want to be without a fully intact front wing, that's for sure.
I know, I'll find that out on Friday. But we've got Harvey, Matey, Lutman, Matey, Venom, Curly and Pint Size all pitting that lap for fresh tyres. Lutman's the only one of them on mediums, the rest on fresh sets of hards, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out from here now as the pack closes up under safety car.
Yeah, them four going onto the hards, that was the right call for me anyway, personally.
But
It's a shame, really, because it's you know, I found Friday night once we reached the safety car limit. It's a good track for racing once you can get going like lap after lap.
yeah, once you find your flow.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got Antoxa with a driver as well at the moment, which he can't serve under a safety car. So Antoxa's going to drop down the order, which I've got to say I don't like, because that means we've got an Aston Martin 2-3, and that's Chip Hazard and Hound.
Yeah, recipe for a disaster.
Both on the podium. What? As Venomic now into the pits. I'll have a look. See, is there any damage there or just a tyre change?
I don't think so. I think he's just changed his mind on the strategy. The hards is absolutely the right call. Anyone on fresh hards has made a good decision there.
Marshall as well.
You know, you get a safety car 6-7 laps down the road, get back onto the mediums if you want, but if you don't get it, which is highly unlikely, but if you don't get it, you're kind of hung out on the mediums a small bit.
Yeah, Marshall's just gone for fresh hards as well.
I actually found the hard to be a better race tyre. Took a bit of 3-4 laps to get them into the window, but once they got there, I felt they were a better race tyre than the mediums. The mediums were awful for me.
Well, I crashed out on hards, so I've got to say I don't like them.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's as far as it goes.
I'd love a tyre that feels like fresh softs but does 20 laps all the way through. You know, lap 20 it still feels like a fresh soft.
That's called time trial, mate.
It is.
But no, it'd be interesting to see how this pans out now. Obviously, a couple of the lads, the faster lads, further down the order. Obviously, Full Send Dave down in 11th, Lutman down in 10th.
But see, the thing is clear as well. Like, if there's a safety car in the next lap or two, the top 6 are going to have to come in, and that shifts everyone back up again. You know,
Yeah.
What do you do then if you get another one?
Yeah.
I hate a safety car playing any part of a race result, but it is what it is. That's the reality of what we're at, especially at a track like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Safety car's in this lap, so Ehale is back in the pack up. And has he gone yet?
He's gone and he's stopped, which is not acceptable.
Yeah, I saw full throttle and then it went. Which
Yeah.
I'm not keen on. I'm not
just
keen
won't
on.
get away with that, but
He'd probably get away with it because it was on the exit of the corner, but I don't like it.
And that is a dive and a half from Harvey up the inside into turn 1, costing also 3 positions.
Full Send Dave makes it past Osso as well now.
It'd be great to just get a couple of laps without a safety car. Something to talk about.
Well, that'd be nice. Give us something to commentate on. Marshall up past Pint Size. Hound making it past Antoxa.
It's a difficult one as well, you say, because you can get caught up in collateral so easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was was it the first season we raced here, or the first season we raced here with red flags? I think it was Bacardi lost it ahead of me, and as he lost it, I don't know how I managed to avoid him.
It
but
was
then
actually Technic.
Oh, was it Technic?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I managed to avoid him, and then 4 cars collided with him, and red flag came out, and yeah, my God. I watched it back, and I've got to say, I were clenching watching it back.
I think that's the one and
Oh, and
only
Tox's coming
red
in.
flag we've had.
I think we have seen one in tier 3. I think we've seen one in tier 3 as well. I think there were one last season. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure there were one last season. But Antox is in now serving his drive through. Osso's in. Is that a wing change? Or just a tire change? I'm not too sure.
Is that his drive-through? I wonder.
Antox is serving his drive through, yeah, but Osso pitted as well.
Okay. Oh, Northback's in the barrier, and he's out.
It's a full safety car.
That, I was going to say that will be a safety car, but
And now this is the point you were making there. Now your medium runners, 17 laps to go. They're going to pit for hards.
yeah, they have to.
Harvey on 3 lap old hards. Obviously, some of them laps served under the safety car. He needs to stay out. But what do people like say Chill Dave do there, P8? 7 laps on the hards. It's too early to pit for
Yeah,
mediums.
this is why the hards here is just, from the start, is just the wrong choice. It's as simple as that. Because you're in the scenario now where everyone else is going to box. You'll get up there, but you have to pit again, which is going to throw you all the way back down. It's the same for Luckman after taking the mediums for that pit stop. But, you know, we still have 3 more possible safety cars to deal with, so that could all change again as the medium runners are now in.
Homes in.
Harvey stays out.
Chip stays out.
Luckman comes back in, which is the correct call, but
Chip
if
stayed
he
out.
went, if
On 8 lap old mediums.
if Luckman went to the hards the last time around, he'd have been much better off. He's way down the order now, and he's on the hards. He'd have been up there now. He'd have passed all these guys out. He'd be P2. So it's just look. It's again. It's so easy to call it from here, you know.
Oh yeah, perfect seat. It's not our fault these guys aren't that clever. I'm joking, everyone. Before you start sending me DMs insulting me.
Yeah, I think like anyone on the 3 or 4 lap old hards they're in a fine position. You know, they had 19 racing laps. The safety car takes it down to 16, so they're in a good place. Ehale, Hone, Luckman, Dave, Airways, and Toxic, they'll be on the fresh hards. It will come into play with 3 or 4 laps to go. I did find that once they dead kicked in, it did become a lot more difficult. But yeah.
Be interesting because normally we don't see this many people on the same tyre. There's normally a lot of, differences in tyre and differences in degradation as well. But we've got a lot of the same here at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
I'm just going to run for a drink.
Chip stayed out, to be honest.
And Chip's into the pits now, which is a lap too late. It's a lap too late. That's going to cost him too many positions now. He's having a wing change as well. And that's it. Chip's now dropped from P2 to the back of the grid, P16. So, Chill Dave, the only man on track who's not stopped yet, up 15 places, so he will have to make a pit stop at some point. But a very big switch around on the grid from what we saw during quali. As I think we'll see the safety car in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this.
It's not in this lap.
If we don't get another safety car, it'll be interesting to see towards the end of the race how from like P9 to P14 how they play out. Why is the safety car not coming in?
Yeah, Chip pitted last lap. Ended up dropping to the back of the grid. I'm assuming he's caught it too late for it to come in that lap.
Yeah, and that's only gonna help the top 8 essentially as Airways and Antoxa pass each other over in the safety car.
As Antoxa gets a penalty for a collision with Airways.
Yeah, strange.
Fake.
Like, I don't know why we're so bunched up. It's a safety car at Sector 1. You're allowed 10 car lengths.
Who's that though? Is that E-Hale is slowed right down. There's a massive gap ahead of E-Hale now.
If he's doing that brake warming or the tyre warming, like that's fine, but you gotta stick with the pack.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I saw the gap appear on the map. That's all. That's why I double checked it. Yeah. So looking at the tyres, Chill Dave still has to pit. He's not made his mandatory pit stop yet. Up in second place, he started on the hards.
Yeah, I suppose he's kind of hoping that you don't like. For Chill Dave, and you know what, P2 in his first race here, I know he has to pit late, but still, he's kind of hoping, I think at this point, get 5 or 6 laps down the road.
Yep.
Safety car. And
let the field spread out. Let the field spread.
Yeah, but guys could then choose a medium or a soft for the last run at it. So it just depends how it plays out. He needs a safety car, or he's going to be in a bit of trouble. But still not in a bad position. Vinamic, the other debut driver, up to P7, went out in Q1. I believe he started P18, so cracking job from him as well at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Not in a bad place tyre-wise either. Fairly fresh tyres. It's going to be interesting to see how this difference in tyres works out, because your top 8, 5, 6 laps, and then the rest of them are 2 laps. So be interesting to see if that tyre difference makes a difference.
It'll make a big difference.
Harvey's backing up the grid now,
and if you think about it, yeah, I think it will make a difference. But yeah, hopefully we've seen the end of them safety cars. Get a bit of racing, get a bit of commentary done, something good to look at.
That'd be nice.
I don't know why you guys take it to the line. Like, it's just such a bad thing to do.
Harvey goes. He's caught Dave napping.
Hugely.
Not sure if Marshall made a move on Venom there before the line. Oh, Marshall looking like he's hitting the back of Matey Boy. Curly battling with Venom as well. They're side by side through a section of the track I wouldn't like to go side by side through. They got through there clean, to be fair to them. Matey Boy's made it past Dave. He hails up past Venomic. Marshall's now made it past Dave. Too many Daves now. I saw Full Send Dave jump up as well. We've got Dave Douglas, Chill Dave and Full Send Dave.
It's a funny old race.
Oh, Nerfback's called Dave, isn't he? Fuck me.
He is.
Too many Daves.
We've got good Dave, bad Dave, and the Dave that no one likes.
And the new Dave. Oh, Christ. Oh, I was on with Full Send Dave, Hound and Venomic, and they were wheel banging the three of them out the final corner. But then there was contact with cars behind.
Yeah, here he is into the pits. He needs a front wing. Definitely. Geezer is staying out. He's on the hairs. He's just had a bit of an issue. Not sure what happened. I wasn't on board with it, but he's staying out so he doesn't have damage.
Osso's got no front wing.
And staying out?
I think I saw Pint Size go over bits of debris on the floor. And as I went to the car ahead, yeah, Osso's got no front wing. So I'm assuming Osso's lost it. Turns 1, 2, 3. Something like that, around there. And Toxer and Chip having a very good battle here. E-Hail making it up past Curly.
Whoa!
Oh, and E-Hail's in the wall. Ooh, it's a good job Ghosting's on there. That could have been a disaster.
Yellow flags. We don't have a safety car. Please don't have a safety car.
I don't think there's a safety car left, if I'm honest.
Great.
But that's E-Hail with no front wing now. Obviously, contact with Curly. That's one for the stewards to deal with. I just jumped on board as Curly made contact with E-Hail. E-Hail hit the wall. So
they were side by side, Claire.
Yeah,
He was behind it. They were side by side. It just, we'll have to see what happens afterward.
I'm saying as I jumped on board, it was the angle from above, so I saw them sort of side by side make contact, and E-Hail hit the wall. So no idea how it happened, but you know, it is what it is.
You see coming in, he's coming in for a wing. And a fresh set of mediums.
Obviously, Osso's no wing anyway. E-Hail needs to pit because he's no wing. We got Pint Size up to P12.
I tell you what, Harvey just ran off into the distance.
Yeah, he's made no mistakes. To be honest, he's just enjoying himself. That Alpina Bartmandu, I think he's in. But yeah, Marshall looking fairly comfortable as well now, P2. Matey Boy, to be fair to him, looking fairly comfortable here in P3. He's got his teammate behind him who still has to pit. Luckman's just got him now, so be interesting to see what happens, but Chill Dave still needs to pit.
I still think Luckman is in a decent position in terms of
and Chill
tires.
Dave's coming in now. Chill Dave's on his way into the pits now. And 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Do you know what? It's the worst one to get, isn't it?
Yeah, it's killer. It's killer. He's put softs on. Softs on, brains off, all that shit.
10 laps, be a struggle, but safety car would help him, but that's not going to happen. I believe it's 4. We must look into this because how many full safety cars do we have? 2?
I think so. I don't know.
You know
I can't remember. We've got a yellow flag. It's gone. I don't know what's going on.
It's gone. Who cares?
Cody's marshals, mate. Sick. No, I'm on with Hound at the moment, who's all over the back of Curly. Now, Curly's on 4 lap old harder. 4 lap older hards. I get that right?
Yeah. You don't want to be too wide here, now, do you?
No, but he's going for it.
Yes, just stay behind. I'd stay in 7th and stay behind, get through, get DRS and take him into the last corner. That would be me as Luckman gets matey boy.
Yeah, Luckman pushing now. Yeah, he's on the freshest tyres of that front 3 as well.
And that's what I'm saying, like towards the end of the race, the 10 and 11 lap old hards, they probably only have about 5 racing laps on them. How close can Luckman get? Can he get him is the question, but
Hound's making that move on Curly. He's got it done before turn 1.
As Venom is into the pits on 10 lap old hards, why? He must have wing damage, but we'll have a look. He doesn't, he's just in for me.
Yeah, he is. No, he's having a wing change. He's having a wing change.
Ah, he is. Okay.
Come on, E-Hell, lad, get him. I've never wanted a Red Bull do good, but come on, lad. Yeah, strange one. Front of the field now, spread out. Hound, after getting past Curly, he's pulled 2 seconds on him.
Okay, yeah, Marshall is reeling Harvey back in. Harvey had it up to 3 seconds. And he is deploying as well, so...
Oh, yellow flag, Osso's out. Osso's out.
We won't have a safety car. Thank God. Unfortunate for Osso there.
Ah, typical Osso. I've not seen him in the chat, so I've got to say typical Osso.
I tell you what, today Luckman is absolutely slashing the gap ahead.
Yeah, Luckman looks to be fast. He looks to be pushing.
Do you know what? It could be one of them angry drives as well.
Ooh, it's Chip going for a move on Antoxa. I run board with Antoxa thinking he was looking at pushing on Curly, and Chip's come out of nowhere. Chip trying to make a move on Antoxa there. Antoxa's battery light flashing. I'll tell you what, the person I feel for at the moment is pint sized. Because all the lads behind him are on fresher tyres.
Yeah, he's just going to get sucked in, like, isn't he, really? There's no two ways about that.
As Marshall's now in DRS of Harvey.
Yeah, it looks like Marshall got a run on. He's bridged the gap to Luckman. It was 1.7, it's up at 2.5 now.
And they're all...
Wow!
Harvey's in the pits.
Wow! Why? Depending where he comes out. Ah, wing change. Must clip the wall. Ah, unfortunately.
That might be why he's lost so much time. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Either that or he wanted to avoid the podium interview.
Probably a good idea.
Oh,
Irwin's
Irwin's
out.
out.
Wow, why? And that's exactly where he lost it in quali as well. Turn 4. In the barrier on the right hand side, turn 4. Unfortunate for Airways.
Chip Hazard up past Curly.
Be interesting to see where we are with 2 laps to go. Will them tyres that Luckman has on pay off for him? That is the question.
Yeah, well, he looked like he were making them count, and then Marshall just started pulling away from him. So this is what I was saying: is the difference that the 3-4 laps between them tyres going to be a big difference, or
You see, I
are they
think
sort of going to level out?
there's a fair share of them for Marshall were sort of under the safety car, I think. So are they really kind of similar? To be honest, hard to know.
I've got to say, Pint Size still in P10 and still with 4 seconds behind him to the car behind. So doing a great job so far, Pint Size. Full send Dave now gaining on Matey Boy as well. He's looking to get on that podium. Oh, we're not going to do an interview with Full send Dave, are we?
You might, I won't.
Don't do me like that.
Oh, I have to go.
That sounds familiar, that. I'm sure I've heard that last season.
Oh, a few times, yeah.
There's also says the game's still a shit show.
It's just a skill issue, also.
Yeah, I'm going to say the issue with the game is that you're shit at it.
I'm sure he'll take that well.
I love you also. Yeah, full send Dave. Yeah, I've got to say, he must be coming into this season with a lot of confidence. Last season, obviously, Wookie came out of nowhere, but Full Send Dave took P4 in that championship last season and went, I've got to say, well under the radar.
Yeah, 100%.
He went well under the radar, kept himself to himself, was just consistent and just plugging away. And now's the time for him. Obviously, you saw in quali him setting that lap out and all. He was up there in quali, and then Q3 unfortunately crashing out.
Luckman actually has a back marker ahead of him, which could suit Luckman if he gets DRS off it. He's closed that gap to Marshall. Oh, he's under 2 seconds. I believe that's the McLaren of Ancoxa, and it is. Would suit Luckman to get DRS here if he can.
I think he's close enough. He's not got it. Yeah, he's not got it.
He probably didn't get it in Form 1. Nah, he's used his battery. He's actually getting further away now.
Yeah, and Antoxa's on fresh off, so he is pulling away from Luckman. It looks like Antoxa's actually looking at making a move on Marshall. Oh, I think he clipped the wall there as well. Harvey's looking at making a move on Curly.
That's a good drive from Matey Boy.
Absolutely. Do you know what? He's a driver I've always enjoyed racing against. And I'm going back to like season 3 when he raced in Tier 2. We had some great battles, quality driver. But then he just went well off the boil. Oh, his Pint Size picks up a 3-second penalty there. But to be honest, same as Ross. Ross and Matey, I think, are very similar drivers. Neither turn up when they're supposed to, but as he hails,
Yeah,
made it past pint
Marshall is
size.
being cute here as well. He's leaving Antoxa ahead and he's getting DRS off him as well. And Luckman hasn't got it, so that's just perfectly suiting Marshall with 3 racing laps to go.
Yeah, the issue is if he stays that close to Antoxa, Antoxa's going to get a penalty, or he's going to have to slow down and move.
And it's the dirty air as well as the other thing.
Curly's in the pits. Curly is in the pits. Just a tyre change, just onto soft tyres. He's just going for a fastest lap. I don't understand why he'd be going for fastest lap, because he's cost himself for a number of positions there, and the points there that he's lost are not worth the fastest lap.
Where the thing is, what position did Curly pit from? I believe it was P.
I think he was around P7, P8. Around.
So what's the point in getting the fastest lap?
That was exactly my point. He's lost more than he's gained from that fastest lap point. I don't understand why he pitted for softs. Unless he were close to a puncher. Oh, as it looks like Chip and Harvey have made contact there. Chip's ended up taking the position, but I'm not sure if Chip just jumps up the inside of Harvey, caused contact. We one for the stewards.
Yeah, probably safe enough to be getting the podium guys into the parking. We know Dave is here already, but
Oh, block him, ban him. Oh, Chips give the position back to Harvey. That I've got to say respect to him for that.
yeah, look, that goes a long ways. You make a mistake, just leave him back through. It happens. It's racing.
Yeah, absolutely fair play to him. The contact looked minimal. Do you know? When I looked at it, Harvey's car was ghosted and Chip went right through him. So fair play that he's returned that position. That's great racing etiquette. Great, well, not etiquette, but great respect there from Chip to do that. But he is going for the move now. Into the final corner, goes round the outside, gets the move done. Which should give Harvey the DRS now on the run into turn 1, which it does. Harvey's back past him on fresher softs. 6 lap old softs for Harvey, 14 lap old hards for Chip. I've got to say, pint size is still hanging on in P10 as well.
He does have 6 seconds though, doesn't
he? He does, but...
He does, but that 5 could come off, so it could be net 1 second really. He keeps going deep into turn 1, that's costing him a lot. I'm not sure why. Tyres probably don't feel great at this point as well.
No, 19 lap old hards, now you'd be feeling it. But matey on 19 lap old hards, he's still fighting Dave for that P3. Oh, as I say that, he has dropped 3 tenths.
Yeah, probably at the point where you want to be deploying a small bit, he needs that DRS if he has any hope at all. As Stingray says, why is also out? Why not?
All I'll say to Sting,
Oh, mate, he goes very, very deep. And
all
that's a
I'll,
2 second gap now with a
yeah,
lap to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Oh, no, this is it, sorry. No? Yeah?
No,
A lap to go,
this is the
sorry,
final
apologies.
lap. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's any chance now. I think that's his shot gone. Stingray saying that. The answer is it's Osso. There's no other answer. So it turns out as well, my R3 button does work. It just doesn't click like it's supposed to. Curly made it past pint size. He looks to be challenging Venom now.
And the pitting for the fastest lap was a waste of time because he's not even got it. He's just cost himself
No,
so many points.
look, the pitting for the fastest lap was just a presumption I made because I couldn't quite understand why he pitted.
That would be the only thing that makes sense now, wouldn't it?
It would, but he's lost more positions than he surely, he respectfully, surely he's not that thick. I can't understand how your logic could sacrifice, a potentially 5 points for the sake of 1 point for fastest lap.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but
Surely
that
not.
is
But
Marshall with the
Marshall has
win.
crossed the line, took the win. Luckman P2. I didn't think I'd say it, but Full Send Dave finally gets his podium. He's been waiting a long time for it.
That's a glitch.
Game's fucked. Yeah, we're going to abandon this season now. But here we see the grid sorting itself now as well after penalties. So Chip Hazard up to 7th, Chill Dave dropped to 8th. Ehel P9, Venom P11, Curly P10, Pint Size P12, Venomic P13, and Toxa P14. Obviously, Stewart's decisions, aren't done yet. There's probably a few. I've got to say, there's going to be a few incidents reported, so that might not be the full grid, the final grid, but by and large, what I saw was good racing.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you
Bit of a
invited the
struggle.
lads?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't sound so happy about it, man.
Meh.
Nah.
Hello, gents.
Oi.
Evening, Marshall.
Good.
Right, just confirming the grid there. Marshall, Lutman, Dave taking the podium. Matey Boy going a long way on the hard tyres, taking P4. We'll go further down the grid. Back of the grid, we've got, unfortunately, Jackie, Douglas, Wuban, Nerfpack, Osso, and Airways DNFing, and Toxa finishing a lap down.
Thanks, Travista. Let's go. Travat.
Who we waiting on? Just Lutman.
Yeah. Definitely.
Cheer up, Pen. So,
Yeah, I suppose look crack on today.
Yeah, we can start without him. I didn't think I'd say this, but we'll start with Dave.
hey, how you doing?
How do you
Good
feel,
stuff, isn't
mate?
it? Yeah, good,
P3?
mate. Yeah, good. I mean, I had a absolute stinker in the last session of qualifying, as you can see. But nerves got the better of me there a little bit. But I knew I had pace around it. It was the track I've grown to love, to be honest. And to obviously finish with the in P3, which is my best result from last season. It's showing good promise. So, yeah, it was good fun, mate.
Yeah, it's one of them tracks. Obviously, you said you've grown to love it, but how do you feel when you hook a lap up here? You know, it's
Yeah, it gets you in the feels, mate. There's not many tracks like it.
yeah.
I don't know why. It's one of the only tracks that I know I have to fully concentrate on, and it seems to pull the best out of me. Because
I'm
you literally
surprised
can't.
you can
You can't.
concentrate, to be honest.
I know. Yeah, I surprised myself, mate. I surprised myself. But yeah, I was in a party with Hound, and I actually lost an end plate on the last corner about 10 laps
Yeah,
before the end, and
that's
I
when you
was.
lost the fucking in place.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, I was like, Hound, please, just shut up. Please, shut up. I'm concentrating. And because I felt like I had some pace and I was looking to hunt old Luckman down, to be honest. But, yeah, obviously started on the soft because my logic was thinking, try and gain some places before the first safety car, and then obviously I thought everyone was going to box and bang the yards on, but that weren't the case. I think I was in P17 after that, and let's let everything else happen around me. But yeah, I'm pleased with that result from where I was, mate.
Yeah, from where you was, mate, great result. You know, you've come back. Obviously, quali, you were showing a rapid pace. You look really quick in quali. And then Q3, you've made a mistake.
Yeah,
But
as usual.
you've not. Yeah, but you say as usual, but normally you'd get to the race then and fuck up in the race. And I've got to say, I don't think you did. You kept yourself to yourself. You worked your way up, and I can't say you forced anything. You know, you took your time in working your way up.
I've learned to mind my own business now, and I was sticking my nose in the wrong places. There was a few overtakes that I knew I had the pace into the corner, and I knew I left enough room. And now I've got that judgment a bit better now. I'm a bit more conscientious, especially under the braking zones, as I've got history. So yeah, I did the best I could with what I had, mate. To be honest, and yeah, P3 to start the season off is I couldn't have asked for much more, to be honest. But yeah,
No,
I
I've
can't
got to
grumble.
say, mate, brilliant job. Absolutely great job.
Yeah, I had a good battle with him, mate, your boy, in the end, because yeah, I thought he was going to get me in the DRS zone, but I made a mistake. I got caught on that big curb on the way out of the S's at the beginning. It took me straight on. I think I lost about a second and a half there, about 5 laps from the end. And but yeah, I think he made a mistake the lap before on the last corner, and I looked at I was 1.8. I was like, I'll result. So I had a bit of DRS left, but on to the next.
That's it. That's it. Great result, mate. On to the next one now. You're up there, so you're gonna be talked about in that title challenge. So you've got to learn to deal with that.
Hopefully for the right reasons this time, eh?
No,
No, no, no,
no,
no,
no.
no, no. Yeah. I was behind old Harry. I was thinking, oh mate, he's going to be cacking his pants, thinking, Dave, do not yeet me. Even under the safety, when he was under the safety car, I was sticking to the back of him. Thought I'm going to get right in his head here. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, great drive, mate. Great drive. Great
Cheers, bud.
result. We'll move on to Lutman, P2. How you feeling
Evening,
there, bud?
boys. Adventurous P2, put it that way. Under the first safety car, I ended up losing a wing under the VSC through no fault of my own. So to be honest, with having to make a 2-stop and finishing P2, I'm quite happy with it, to be fair.
Yeah, we were talking about it. What was the mentality with the mediums? We thought the Harrods were the way to go. That the mediums were a bad call. Essentially, that's what I said anyway. But obviously, it worked out in the end. But what was the mentality with the mediums as opposed to the hards?
Well, from practice, I knew that I could probably get, from the mediums, I could probably get maximum of 15 laps out of them. We'd already done 4, maybe 5 laps, so I knew that I could probably get to lap 20 and, well, a little bit before, and then stick some softs on. I knew that safety cars would be a factor as well, so it was just a case of sticking on a tyre and hoping for the best, really, and having a safety car within the 5 laps like we did was I didn't think was going to be likely. I thought we were going to go a little bit longer and the softs would have started to die off, so mediums were the choice, and then obviously played out into my hands, really, and yeah, happy with P2.
Yeah, it worked out well. Your quali pace was up there. A bit of an issue with your first run in Q3, but you still got a decent time there, 27.7 in Q3. E-Hail was a tenth up through sector one. You were very close in the first lap or two. Did you feel under pressure? Did you think you had the pace on you? Were you happy where you were?
No, once, well, obviously when I was in front of E-Hail, I was a little bit under pressure, not too much. Obviously, it's a long race, 25 laps. We were only sort of three laps in. I knew it was going to be coming down to when we started to pit and safety cars and all the rest of it. But it was actually when E-Hail passed me, I knew I had the wings on him. I wasn't touching any ERS, and I was catching him with like 10th over 10th over 10th down the straight. So knew I had the pace on him. It was just a case of just sitting behind and waiting for it to happen. And within a couple of corners, it happened. I was back in the lead again, and then obviously VSC come out.
Yeah, when you got back up into P2, you did start closing the gap to Marshall at the front. Did you think you had that chance of the race win?
I mean, if you're asking me whether I could have pushed the last couple of laps, then yeah, definitely. But P2, Marshall, 2.6 seconds. I'd have wasted a lot of tyre, a lot of ERS, and a lot of risk, to be honest, with Dave 7 point whatever he was behind at the time. It's pointless sitting in P2, all them points, just a tap on the wall, and that's game over for me, really. So bringing home the
Fair enough.
P2,
Fair enough.
yeah, just
Sounds like
bringing
a
home the.
sensible decision.
I mean, it's a long season. It's 14 races. It's, I could go and battle Marshall for the lead in the first lap, the first race, and lose all 25 points for both of us, or just myself. It could have went one or two ways, but to me, points are more important for the team, and we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah,
That's it. Points make prizes.
especially a track like this. I said it during quali. Obviously, I probably myself and Clay tend to focus on one driver during quali, specific, but it just takes the slightest misjudgment and you're out. And it's a case of I had 20, no, I've none, but I was going for 25. So yeah, I think the long term, play the long game is definitely that was definitely a good call.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this track is it's not just the walls either side of you; it's the curbs as well. You get on
Yeah,
one curb in the S's, and you're losing sort of 2 seconds at least, or you're in the wall. So for me, could I caught Marshall? Potentially, but is it really going to be worth it for an extra 5 points considering we're one race in? Probably not. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Nah, fair enough, mate. Great
yeah,
result.
yeah, good stuff. Good finish.
And now on to your race winner, Marshall. How are you feeling?
I am overjoyed. I am overjoyed. I can't, you know what? I've had so many races where I don't get on the podium, or when I am fighting for a podium, something happens, like last season at Singapore, when my laptop screen blacks out and blacks my screen out and just puts me in the wall. But well done, Full Sun Dave. Well done, King Luckman. Great racing, gents.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, yeah,
ecstatic.
absolutely great drive from yourself. Looked faultless from the start, to be honest. Um, yeah, how did you feel with the safety cars, the VSCs at the beginning? Did that throw your strategy a little bit, or?
Well, actually, it was me that caused one of them. So coming, I think it was lap two, lap three. I think it was the second. I think it was the second VSC actually. I come around the final corner. I thought I had a really good line and really good throttle input, but it sent me 90 degrees to the left into the wall. Lost my front wing completely, and then I had to wait for everyone. And I had to wait for everyone to go past because the field was pretty close for me to then reverse, get into the pitch, change my tyres. So I got a bit of rear wing damage out of that as well, which I had to manage. And those softs from lap 20, the hards from lap 20, went 20 laps, sorry. So yeah, the rear wing damage was a bit of a killer for me in the end. I say in the end, I almost lost it a couple of times as King was chasing me down.
Yeah, rear wing damage. Let me put my teeth back in. Rear wing damage is not something you want around a track like this. But no, you did well. Like you say, you know on the older tyre. We wondered as commentators whether or not the fresher tyre would make a difference towards the end. But no, you seem to have enough to keep it. Even with the wing damage, obviously we weren't aware of that. No, you seem to have it all under control, mate.
It didn't feel like that, I can tell you. Going into braking zone on that final lap and the first corner with that rear wing damage, the car was just sliding, which made it a lot harder. And I think you probably saw King got 2 seconds back on me in like the start of the final lap. From that's where I almost lost the car in the final corner, and I thought to myself, I need to go safely here for one lap. There's no point risking it. I don't need a flying lap. I just need to go safely just to at least get second, because there's a 5 to 7 gap from behind from memory to full send, just in case I had another slip and then King just went past me. But just had to brake really early just to manage that rear.
It just all worked for you in the end. You know, you ended up P1. I was looking at your battery as well for the last 3-4 laps. You were recharging at some points and you were going for it. So it just looked to be. I was on board with the spin as well. So unfortunate, but for the last kind of 4 or 5 laps, it looked very much under control. But the biggest thing for me is, how does it feel to be Curly's brother?
It's good. It's good. Except thankfully he doesn't rage anymore. He's got much better, so there's no raging in my ears when he hits the wall or anything like that. So it's a lot calmer in the chat.
It's straight out, right? I take credit for a lot of things, and I think I've had an input into Curly's rage management. I
think you have, mate. From what I remember him saying, he's had to send his footage in directly because of his rage.
Cracking job. You know, I think for all drivers, not just the guys in the podium, with that amount of safety cars, it's just hard to get it going. It's the nature of the track. You know, the safety cars were caused by guys losing it themselves by and large. But once you get going, once you get over the threshold of safety cars, it's a good track. It's a nice track. It flows. You just got to get in the zone, and yeah, tops off to everyone. And yeah, well done to the podium guys, and Marshall taking that win for the Williams. Good stuff.
Thanks very much. Can I just, before we go, I want to say thank you to Venom, my teammate. So after that final safety car release, he let me past in turn 1. So I want to say thank you to him as my teammate. So thanks for the teamwork. Appreciate it. Hey, I could have been stuck behind him for a few laps and overtaken. So
that's enough.
Thank you.
There.
Teamwork makes the dream work, eh?
No, I've got to say, fair play, Marshall. You actually respecting your teammate. Dave, you never got respect as a teammate because you were shit, mate. That was a problem.
I did what you did and went on a wheel. Stupid idea. Look what happened there.
the reality is nobody respects Dave. End of story.
No, I don't even respect Dave.
Alright, good stuff, lads. That's a wrap. We move on to round 2 next week. Qatar, 8 o'clock, same place. Sunday, tier 3. Tier 1, tier 2, Friday, 8:30. Yeah, is what it is.
Speak to you again next week, mate. Nice chat.
Do you know what, Dave? I hope I don't speak to you again this season.
It's gonna happen.
Go back on wheel. You should 100% try that wheel again. Potentially there.